right into the action a little bit late, but better late than never. Movistar Riders starting this round and not gone anywhere near the way they wanted it to from the obvious look that you see here on Nuke, the final decider. My name is Stunna. Alongside of me is Vendetta. And, well, we have been here for some time. But this is what it all culminates to. The winner of this map will stay alive in the pursuit of being at ESL ONE Colonge. Meanwhile, the loser is a loser. And that's just about as simple as I can put it.
Yep, it's elimination time for one of these teams. And we're going to follow their journey to, I guess, well, the way out, the door out, the exit door. See what happens. But, yep. Getting started right into it, not wanting to let it wait. HellRaisers getting off to the start that they needed. They had a really, really rough start to the day. Obviously, they played versus Force in their opening best of one. Did not quite go the way they wanted to. Got more or less stomped the ever-living stuff out of.
Stuff.
Yeah. 16-5, if I'm not misremembering. And that was on Nuke as well. And just a really, really poor CT side from their end.
But the odds are pretty even, 1.93 to 1.8. So, I mean, not a huge cash out to be made here, but if you think about what you just said, there's something to consider there in terms of the odds.
Absolutely. I guess it's fair that it's going to remain fairly close to each other. We've seen an overtime so far, and then a pretty tightly contested Inferno. It's got HellRaisers moving their way onto the inner bomb site. Nicely done, using the utility to their advantage. Letting that SMG go to work. Do that, and I guess fair few players taking down to low HP. That won't matter in the end. Now we're going to see some of the players' upgrades to AK. Well, I see some. It's only going to be Oscar, actually. Goes into that. Spaniards, having invested in that previous one, they're going to have to fall back for another eco before they get going and started with their CT-sided journey. And I think it's fair to say that Nuke, not really the same kind of CT-sided map that we've seen in the past. A lot of T-sides, finding a lot of success as of late. This tournament has been no exception to that. Quick push into ramp, which is pretty much the opposite of where the CTs are finding themselves. And Oscar, he's not going to survive to see another day.
Nope, he only gets 2 out of that. And it's going to be the trade-off as the Movistar Riders do grab an AK and run away.
That's actually the only rifle on the side of HellRaisers, so bit of a shame. We'll see if any of the 4 others on Oscar's team are willing to hunt for this in hopes of either finding it or just making some more money. I do know that they're going up against an eco, pretty much a full save, so easy targets in that sense. But remaining pretty cautious to start things off.
It's very true. Here we have it. 3 rounds, quick, fast, and in a hurry there for the HellRaisers. And again, sorry that we did just miss a good portion of the pistol round, but sometimes, you know, it's...
Teams are just too eager to get going.
They were too quick, we were too slow, and next thing you know, it's 3-0.
Hot damn.
Yeah, what's up?
Bars. When's your mixtape dropping?
Slated for February of next year.
Oh.
February 32nd.
It's just around the corner.
Yeah. We're going to see a buy now come on the side of the Movistar Riders. The Spaniards are going to have a little bit more firepower in their pocket to play with, and that certainly should help things, as it's been a pretty slow start for them otherwise. And right then and there was the moment that Mopaz realized he had the drop. And even after being a little bit blind, it does work out in his favor after he does the tango with Nuke. Ultimately, still alive inside the site, not for long. Issa is going to go ahead and take him out. And there we have it.
Well, swaps out for an M4 as well. Still, though, might be a bit of a tall order to get the bomb down. With the smoke down in main, that allows for Oscar to move about a little bit more freely. Get into a position where he can cover off. Issa is also going to be able to play plant towards main.
Bomb has been planted.
There we go. Maxwell, Death's joining forces up on Heaven. He's got a flash as well here, so could set up for just the immediate take with a bank flash.
Almost a shot there landing by Oscar. And now they have one member in the site, one member from Heaven. That smoke's going to go a long way into concealing, at least from the hut side. And I say that, there's a massive gap. It's going to be now down to Issa and Deaths. 10 HP on the side of the Movistar Rider. But he's going to stick the defuse, just barely. Issa stopped that one, but wow.
It's that internal clock, right? The second here, this half. 1, 2, 3, peak.
Yeah, basically.
Got it going on, and that's going to...
In this case, una, dos, tres, peak. Yeah.
Well, how do you count to 5 in Jordan? Or I guess it's Arabic.
Yeah, man.
Arabic, right?
Arabic. I used to know some of these. Talata? I don't know. I'm going to get me in trouble. Who knows?
Nonetheless, end result is a 4th round for HellRaisers. So already doing a pretty good job. They were having a lot of struggles on their CT sides in their first match. Good to see them getting off to a good start here on the T side. Okay, none of these sides. Ooh.
Mixwell had the drop. It was Oscar that actually gets the shot.
Fell asleep at the wheel there.
Yeah, just a little bit, didn't he?
I mean, it would be interesting to see. Neither of these teams are particularly successful nuke sides. I think Movistar played it 11 times in the last 3 months and throughout their online tenures, only boasting a 36% win rate, but HellRaisers with 5 maps at 20. So somebody's going to get a boost to that. Let's see who it is. For now, though, HellRaisers looking pretty prime, but nice positioning from Soaker. Fine Issa, and that's the Heaven threat removed. Takes a lot of punch out of the potential main take here, and that's really going to have them change their opinion about what they want to do altogether. They still have a lot of time on their hand, though. That's a good thing. We see a lot of T-sided teams kind of hang out a little bit too long, not giving themselves options to have a plan B. That's the top of ramp with UMP. Not a whole lot of utility, really, to block off the initial entrances here, and they're actually going to move forward. They're going to find 1-2 at that before the trades come in, and Nuke's actually going to die in the fire from Mocha's. That auto shotty is pretty nice when he can get up close, not as good at long range. And Bomb's going to go down, but is he expecting Alex? No, he is not. Door's already open. Pretty easy cleanup for him. That's going to be an off to his name. Closes the door. Gentleman he is. Gets on with the defuse. First round on the board for the Spanish side.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
What's that? Even with a round win, though, Biden this round is not going to be the best in the world. Mopa's opting to go for the alligator once more. Seemingly fancies a lot of these, I guess. Not necessarily unorthodox weapons, but doesn't need an AUG or something to that effect to necessarily be efficient for his side. So 2 FAMASs, an AUG and an AWP. Some utility. And everything under the Christmas tree that you could want if you're HellRaisers. Missed Molotov. Not ideal from HellRaisers, but hasn't cost them anything just yet. Mixwell peering up towards Silo. Just eagerly awaiting somebody to show an elbow, and that's all he needs. Mopos with the aggressive stance inside of Hut.
Yes, it's true.
Just dodging H. He knows there's people nearby. He might want to make his move forward pretty soon. Bombs getting exchanged.
Mixwell trained with his off outside. And now some of the skirmish is going to take place. It's going to be in there in the upper sight. Running through the smoke will be Mopa's dropping fools. Or in this case, Lowell.
Dropping ex-teammates. Oh, Mixwell, is he going to spot the foot? Yes, he will.
Headshot nonetheless. Lands it on Issa. And now he's out of the round. And that just leaves Oscar, Nuke, and Angel to recover this with just 30 seconds left. That's a good start.
Well, that means Heaven is open for business as well. Soaker is out of his position. Death's is there to reply. That's Bomb down as well. Big get. Oscar has no ID. Yet again, another round on the board for Movistar. They can potentially start a bit of a run here. We're going to see an investment from HellRaisers, even if they didn't get a bomb plant down. Fair a few AKs to play around with. Mac 10 on Lowell. And quite a bit of utility as well.
Very much the case. For all the marbles, again, HellRaisers and Movistar Riders. This one will be the decider. This will send one of these teams packing in its current pace. It's HellRaisers sitting in charge, 4-2. As we look at round 7 a little bit deeper.
So, well, the wall of smokes come out. Molotov goes out behind T-Red to prevent them from moving forward. Allows rotations to come in, potentially from ramp as well. You can see Mixwell making his journey towards the lower end of the bomb site. 2 players from HellRaisers, Issa and Nuke, are going to go down secret. Rest of the crew are going to join up from ramp side here. Trying to get that pinch in on the lower end.
Sometimes you just got to pinch it off there, Halvor. Sometimes. And in this case, be trying to pinch off this lower site. Speaking of dropping him, it'll be Mixwell to take down Angel. A little bit of utility used here from the side of the HellRaisers to try to open up some doors, try to give themselves a little bit of leeway into the site. They have not checked underneath. That's going to hear all of this. Now, only able to stop the bomber. 20 seconds left on the clock. Shouldn't be a problem to get planted, but CTs are actually moving pretty quick. Planting safe. 2v3. Nuke and Oscar holding on to what they've got.
Problem now is, can we track out the third player on the side of
Bye.
the CT side? Alex is going to quickly remove Oscar from the fight entirely. It's left to Nuke. 1v3 situation does deal with Alex. Nearly finds Soaker as well, but Mopos probably would have been there in time to get the trade as well.
Yeah, I think no matter what, that was going to go down that way. So we're going to see the defuse come in for the Spaniards, 4-3.
Yeah, and again, they managed to hold on to that op as well. So even if they lose 3, there's some money saved. Not the biggest of reinvestments as it could have been. Allows for Mixwell to have that out in yard. So it's always going to be difficult to deal with, especially when you get into these wonkier rounds for HellRaiser where money starts running low. You might have to give up some utility to get the better weaponry and whatnot. See a bit of a half buy coming in. Oscar actually fully investing. The rest of them a little bit more conservative with their approach. Mopos again playing with that alligator. Nearby huts. It does have a surprising bit of range, and Molotov's going to be dropped as HellRaisers make their way out hut. Angel burns to his death. Nicky finds 1 frag, but haven't really gotten too much real estate. Bomb's been dropped on site 2.
Does need to be planted. Plenty of time still to spare, so a little bit of a force of the issue. Nonetheless, Nuke in a 1v4.
Yeah. Might not be expecting anyone to be inside of main already. Picks up an AK, and that's going to be the death of him. Sat out there. What is it said? Bait set, fish caught?
Yeah, I think. It's a little late to try to do logic and stuff. But yeah, I think you're onto something, yeah.
Might be. Nonetheless, it's a 4-round streak from the CT side, so they're definitely getting into the groove of things here now. Seen plenty of 4 to 11s so far today, but it might not be the case already.
A quick advance there. I've seen a lot of teams try to do that on their T side. Get a player into the vents and really cause some chaos in the back lines. Didn't work out this time. They kind of read into it, albeit the player wasn't blind when they did it, so I think maybe also the timing a little bit off there from the HellRaiser side, but nonetheless, it does leave them 2 men down. 3v5 without the player in the vents, without map control to really go off of. The individual peaks on the extremities, the Angel is going to be the one that falters. Lowell and Issa, not a whole lot to work with, but they're going to try. Spotting one into heaven, that's a good start. Traded out immediately. Issa again and again. Soaker Bring Movistar Riders to 5.
So, is this the point where you're starting to get worried for HellRaisers, considering what you saw versus Force?
Let me tell you, man, I'm not worried
At all?
about either of these teams. Okay?
Yeah, both of them are going to be perfectly fine. Both of them are going through somehow.
Well, one of them's going through.
Yeah, that's a given.
Now, will one of them make it to Cologne? That's another conversation to be had altogether.
Yeah, as we see the GG.Bet odds, as it stands 4-5 is the score, but Movistar Riders at 1.75 being the favorite to wins, 2.28 in odds for HellRaisers as of right now. Think about that office bad boy who's started to erase the do not erase sign.
What a badass.
Yeah. Something you would do?
Probably.
There we go.
Little lone tidbit here for you, Halvor.
Mm-hmm.
In the class of 2008, I was voted life of the party.
Life of the party.
But apparently that doesn't go good on the CV or resume, so.
Oh, but you did put it in there, right?
No, yeah, I mean, that's generally the joke, right? But it's that is what happened. Nonetheless, check the yearbooks. Actually, don't check the yearbooks. My God, what am I saying? Don't do that, whatever you do. Here you have it. The aggression early on. Mopez is going to go ahead and take the fight to the enemy there through the hut, probably unsuspecting at that. Two-man deficit. It seems to be the way HellRaisers likes to start rounds lately.
Mopo's been relentless with that kind of stuff. Doesn't matter what kind of weapon he has in his hands. Maxwell this time over towards the ramp with the op. It's a bit of a change of pace with the CT setup. Oh, Mopo's eventually reacts to the fact that somebody tried to drop down vent. Will be relayed, and bomb's gonna get dropped. Actually, Angel was not ready for it. Might not expect the second player. He does not. So some balance restored for HellRaisers, but still a long way to go. They're going to be able to drop down into vents, and they do have the bomb with them, but what they do not know is that Deaths is waiting. Again, around the corner. He's going to be able to spot that. Surely, no.
Oh my goodness, the complete outline there of the planner. And while they did get the bomb down, now the tall task of defending it is on the cards against 4 well-equipped and well-ready players in Movistar Riders.
Oscar does have the lineup at least.
And he's going to have to hold that.
Yeah. Nuke is. He's going to find the timing here to cause some havoc. He will.
Maxwell with the response. AWP at work. Now they know that Oscar's in the door, just spamming away. They had one player push it. They're going to get the other defuse. Easy does it for the Spaniards.
Yeah, really just racking up round after round now. 6 to boot. And eventually, at some point, if they can keep this up, obviously their money will be looking good. They haven't had the the cleanest of rounds so far. So they're not completely out of the woods. It's pretty expensive playing that CT side, and you do need a lot of utility to make it work. But they're on the right path, at least, and I guess as long as they keep winning, can't really be complaining. And Oscar's going to go to that AWP. We didn't see that a whole lot when they were playing versus Force. See if he'll have an opportunity to have some impact. Issa already on top of main roof, clearing out any close quarters. Still pretty passive approach here from HellRaisers out towards yard. Ooh, low. Stinked up pretty heavily, and Issa's going to just go down altogether. Alex doing significant damage. Angel is going to win out the duel versus Deaths, but doesn't really solve all of their issues. That's a good flash. Nikki sets Angel up for success. Man advantage now lies with HellRaisers. Mopaz gets a little bit too eager. Walks right into the crosshairs of Oscar, and that opens up the lower bomb site. Wasn't a Zeus. It's not a pizza either.
It's the weird way of the world, isn't it? Mixwell and Soaker. Had a good series of rounds here from the Movistar Riders up to this point. But now they find themselves at the back against the wall in 2v3, albeit Lau is very low. And about 30 seconds left on the clock, so there will be a move there towards the bomb site any second now. Good peek by Oscar, good shot. Looks like they want to crash this upper site. Mixwell, real awkward position. If he can find that second kill, that might have done it, but it's not going to be the case. Nuke,
A lot of corpse shooting these days.
yeah, a lot of just people really
Pent up anger.
lot of T levels around here. The testosterone is boosted in the server. So 6-5, and it's going to be HellRaisers that are rebounding back a little bit after losing 6 straight. But here we are. Buy out still on both sides. A little bit weaker on the side there of the Movistar Riders. What on earth just happened there? Quite the boost system there. Oscar and company still trying to figure that one out. But in the meantime, looks like they've changed their plan altogether. Here we have it. It's a little 5v5. Tickering down to about 1:15 on the clock. This is going to be able to wrap around. Probably find himself a sweet little spot in heaven. There he goes. Lowell finds a frag. They don't know that Mixwell's underneath. Had Issa known that earlier, though, that could have potentially saved Oscar's life, spared it at least. Nonetheless, the trade does come out. Still a number advantage here for the HellRaisers.
Issa taking a pretty hefty nade to the face.
Good catch, man. Wow. Speaking of which.
Wow, still able to get away with more frags here. Mopos with that auto shotty. Not ideal for the range, and Issa nails that round. 4 kills to his name, and doesn't die from the drop like he did versus Force. All things coming up Issa today. Alrighty then, 6-6. HellRaisers finally equalizing and starting to mount a pretty decent T side altogether. Money's run dry on the CT sides that are going to have to walk it out with pistols for the time being. Oscar's in for a treat here. Finds the first one. Got Angel to back him up. Ooh, there we go. Lining him up, mowing him down.
At least they made it painless.
It's quick and painless. It's what you like to see.
It's kind of how I like it, too, when it comes to these eco rounds, of course.
Eco rounds, of course.
6-7, yes, that's right. 6-7. And, well, a little bit of an advantage that the Movistar Riders were able to amount. Starting to slip away just a little bit.
Yep, going into this round as well with not that perfect of a buy. But again, don't want to let HellRaisers get too many T rounds just off the bat. Again, Mopos with the aggression.
Ooh, nice shot from Oscar. Shotgun op there in the squeaky door. And that's going to help, but not for long. He does eventually fall to that of Soaker.
These SMGs are running wild for the CT side. The Spaniards know how to run and gun. Have upgraded their weaponry significantly from what they started out with. Also taking out a couple of HellRaisers players in the meanwhile. So Nuke, Angel, trying to salvage the situation. You have 2 Molotovs, Flash and an HE, no smokes. And that could be a bit of an issue as we get further into it.
Right on the precipice of the last round of the half, both teams want to have a good advantage. So that way that pistol round is ever so important.
Alex at least got any sort of shenanigans towards under heaven covered. I wouldn't be too surprised if we saw HellRaisers move down towards the lower end of the map. Doing so, might have a shot at getting a bomb plant down. Once you get a bomb plant down, you do stand a pretty good chance. I mean, Nuke is kind of one of the better maps to play at a man disadvantage when it comes to after plants. Bomb will go down uncontested. Now they need to deal with the potential pinch. All comes down to how well Spanish guys can actually coordinate this retake. With man advantage, this should allow a couple of bodies to fall and still have trades in place.
And this bomb started to tick down faster. That's going to spell a big problem for the Movistar Riders. Trying to get out on the site has been a tough one. Nuke with 2. And now it's up to Alex with no kit. Enough time has passed. It's going to be the HellRaisers that grab that one. And quite the round to grab overall. 8-6 looking at this last round of the half.
Yeah.
There's real potential to end at 9-6.
Absolutely. economy in the bin for the CT side. They're not going to have weaponry, or, well, if they choose to have that, they're not going to have utility. HellRaisers somehow just turning that 2v4 around completely on its head, and not necessarily in an extraordinary fashion. Didn't do anything absolutely crazy, but again, got into proper after plant positions, and you can see what that does for you. Now the tempo has been switched up a little bit. How does Oscar see anything at all in there?
What a shot. I don't know that he did see. Perhaps it was a timing thing, but this last round of the half was a complete throwaway from the Spanish side.
That was quick.
Yes, it was. You're seeing a 9-6 before you know it, barring any sort of miracle here from Mixwell.
He's aced before, could do it again. Oh,
could.
Oscar,
And
you're dangerously close here.
He knows he's there, too. Going for the shots. Mixwell with 2.
Well, now.
This could be a problem. This is starting to snowball out of control. Mixwell taking a fight, barely missing the shot there on the Lowell. And that could have really started to roll downhill in the way of the Movistar Riders. 9-6, though, is going to be the half score. And HellRaisers win the first pistol. We're going to see if they can do it again here in the second one, in the second half, as they switch over to the CT side. What should we expect on their CT side, Halvor?
I mean, judging from what we saw earlier today, not a whole lot.
Alrighty then.
Yeah,
that's Vendetta, everyone.
Pretty much what I'm hoping for is to see a bit better economy management, because they kind of got swept away versus Force in a bit of a constant battle to try to break the economy of the Russian squad, and that never panned out to the point where we're looking at a 2-7 lead for the T side, and HellRaisers never really managed to get back from that.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Always a chance, and, well, it's going to be ramp, initially at least, to be attacked, but they're going to swap it around, go back in towards inner, and Issa's there waiting for them together with Oscar.
A lineup to die for there, and he does just that. It's going to be Issa that falls. They're taking this upper site with a conviction right now, albeit very, very hurt in the process. Mixwell and Soaker will try to get this bomb down in a 2v2. Nuke and Angel in full HP. Both with armor. Both right where they want to be. No bomb plant until now. It's going to be Nuke come from Hut, and that of Angel from outside in Mini.
They know they have one guy trapped by vents, so I'm a little bit surprised to see that Nuke doesn't want to double up on him. Instead, it's going to be Angel to get that responsibility. He handles that.
Okay, Mixwell, can he do it? 17 HP versus 100 of Angel, and it doesn't even matter. Angel's way too fast with it. Clicking on the head, and Mixwell is dead. That is all she wrote for the pistol round. They're going to get a defuse in there with ease, I think.
Yep.
Should be done.
There we go.
10-6.
Both pistol rounds for HellRaisers.
Now let's see if they can screw that up, Halvor.
Boy, do you paint a pretty picture.
Well, there's just something about teams, man.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of weird stuff today. We've seen Counter-Strike on every spectrum in that sense, from beautiful to, well, opposite.
Some of the most outrageous.
Yeah. It's led to some interesting situations. Well, you're not wrong.
Albeit G2 still alive in this tournament.
Look at this buy, though, from the Spaniards. 2 AKs. Well, okay, I should rephrase. 1 AK. As Mixwell's gone down already. And we're hoping for a bit of a heroic stance from Soaker and Mixwell. And Oscar. Yeah.
Done it. It's Oscar with the shotgun on Nuke. What a great combination right there.
It's kind of sad that you have to go with the Jaws theme, right?
Yeah, I mean, he was lurking pretty hard on him, you know?
Because he's got an alligator, right? Isn't there a giant crocodile in the swamp kind of a movie?
Probably, man. Oh, Lake Placid. You're talking
that's
about
what it was.
Lake Placid. And that was...
What's the music when the big croc starts to mess shit up?
No idea, dude.
Yeah.
I don't even think I've seen Lake Placid.
So you've seen the cover, though, right? That's the thing. That's what sticks with you.
And that's actually, I think that's upstate New York is what that's supposedly...
Damn.
Honestly, I don't know who. I'm not going to speculate. Regardless, speculation
Oscar.
ends here. It's going to be deaths in a 1-on-4. Spamming the deagle for Oscar will get it done.
Man, Oscar had an alligator. He only used it once. Disheartening. But doesn't net him 4 frags. Some well-placed eagle shots. You can't really hate on that either.
No, you cannot.
Pretty clean round, all things considered for HellRaisers as well. Got to feel pretty good about that. Getting a good start to your CT side. Shake off any sort of cobwebs that you had. Now, still no investment considering the double AK purchase from The T side going into this. Gonna have to wait it out one more round, and most likely we will be seeing 12th round put on the board for HellRaisers.
It does smell a little bit like that. Deagle and some P250s, 3 smokes, so potentially a wall getting put up outside.
We'll see. 2 of them are at least used for outer, actually. The flash as well. It's going to give them safe passage down into secret.
That it will. Gonna be trying to take this lower bomb site with quickness. Nuke will be there with FAMAS, so that's going to prove to be a big problem when it comes to taking it. In the meantime, Angel bites off a little more than he can actually chew. It does cost him dearly. Into the lower site they go. Oh, quite the eye there from Alex to go ahead and spin around. I actually believe that was Mixwell. Good eye to go out the door there. They had him dead to rights no matter what.
Lowell wants to continue on with his aggression, finds 2 for it.
Lolling out of control. Omega Lolled.
Pog champ.
Omega Lowell. There we go.
Omega Lowell.
Issa and that Lowell character are now going to have to retake this bomb site. This has been already a pretty rough round around the edges for HellRaisers.
Issa seemingly still thinks it's lower. I'm pretty sure Lowell has recognized that it's not some time ago, so they might just be looking to save here. They don't have, well, they have a kit on Lowell, but they've already expended so much of the bomb timer that there's not really any hope of going for it. So just a quick maneuver towards the upper bomb site sends them for a bit of a loop, and that's going to net Movistar a 7th round. So what should have been more or less a freebie for HellRaisers turns on its head. And Lowell's actually going to dive. It's going to die to the bomb. That is, well, you were asking if there was any way HellRaisers could mess this up.
And we're watching it, aren't we?
Yeah. We get to see the replay of Oscar's Deagle festivities. Not bad at all. Total of 4 kills that round. 3 with the Deagle, as you saw. That really set them up for success, but not able to really follow through on it. As we see the odds, Spaniards not favored at all. 6.51 in odds of winning this map. HellRaisers obviously looking much better in that sense. In the lead on the CT side. Opos drops down into vent. So Soaker with teammate moves out behind the wall of smoke. It's going to be a slow and steady push. Angel is downstairs. It seems like Mopaz is aware of the possibility, and he's going to handle that with grace and style as Oscar goes down as well. Mixwell finds Issa. With only 2 members remaining, this should be a pretty clean and easy round for the T's to mop up. Bomb's going to go down any minute now. All that is left to be seen is if Lowell can actually survive here. He's got an AUG to his name. Definitely wants to keep that going into the next round. Might not be that easy, but then again, we'll see how bloodthirsty the Spaniards feel.
Well, there it is. Going to be that of the HellRaisers that have actually had to concede this round and hold on to that one P250, that lowly P250, and the AUG. So 11-8, Spanish on the comeback. Is that what's going on here, Halvor?
Could be. Remains to be seen, though. There is a potential for a buy here if Lowell decides to drop to Oscar. Seems like that weapon is already making its way around. Yeah, actually, they're going to buy an AWP for Oscar and then work around with the AUG. So buy comes in. Lack of Molotovs, though, from HellRaisers. That's going to be tougher to deal with quick pushes towards that upper bomb site. Actually, not a single one. I mean, Oscar even has money for it, so bit of an interesting approach. Angel this time makes it around. Not going to get punished by anyone boosted up on the blue box up by yard. And again, same approach by the T side. Wall of smokes, but It's all a ruse. They're not going to actually utilize it this time around. Angel's got to be pretty aware of this, though, with the forward positioning. It's going to be able to tell people that there's no real action going on out here in yard. You can go back to focusing on your previous positions. And as I say that, they've kind of given up ramp control completely on HellRaisers.
That they have. Oscar taking a shot to Mixwell. And now they're going to have to give up the ramp room, but it's not going to be something that needs to be contested for long. Movistar Riders also giving it up, falling back and want to hit upper. They're going to run into Lowell on top of the hut. Grabs two, looks for a third, does find it, and eventually would have ran out of bullets, but no matter what, in his turn, it's Soaker that comes out on top, and a good shot from Mixwell to end what chaos that was in the upper site. A good idea there to turn around. They saw that HellRaisers had called their push onto the ramp room and then elected to double back and then hit upper, so yeah, a good audible, a good call all around there for Movistar Riders.
It was very well done. It seemed like it could have been the plan all along because Mopes was obviously placed so far back. Gets the quick turnaround. And even though there was a heroic attempt from Lowell really to bring HellRaisers back into the round, just wasn't enough. There we go, 9th round on the board for the T side, and Oscar.
Ouch.
Woof. He's been feeling that Deagle so far.
Eating some lead is deaths. And I guess so is Issa. So, 4v4.
It's the new Tide Pod trend.
Eating lead. Okay, well, I don't know. It does sound a little dark at its core, but quite honestly, in 2019, what is surprising anymore, right?
That's very true. Boost coming up on ramp room for Angel. Going to see if he's going to be left alone or if he's just going to be baited in for success. Oscar is pushing aggressively out towards yard. We'll see if he can find him. Spots one, and Alex season 2. It's a swift end to his shenanigans. Also prompts Spanish side to actually move out towards yard.
There's Lowell with the up-close angle. Unfortunately, can't get it done. Buries the CZ barrel into that of Alex. Well, this round is all but done. It's just formalities at this point.
Yep.
4 alive at the plant and upper. It's going to be a 10th on the board for the Movistar Riders.
There's quite a few rounds in a row as well for them. 4 to be exact. Now, though, it's going to be a bit of a different task. More money in the pockets of HellRaisers. They're going to be able to get weaponry. They're going to be able to get utility, too. We'll see how they actually manage to cope with this. Okay, a bit of a change-up. Issa on the op for this round. And I'm pretty sure it's Oscar bought it. Might be wrong in that, but regardless, we'll see how this plays out. Oscar will be playing towards main, and Issa is kind of rummaging around on the outside area. Actually moving up towards secret is what he is. Can't really argue with the setup on the CT side as well. We've seen plenty of, if not massive, moves from set out towards yard with that smoke wall. It's a fair few.
Everybody wants to play the spam game.
And nobody's really winning at it either.
Nobody landing a singular shot there out of the 60 rounds.
Angel in that deep position in Garage was very successful. When I say very successful, but it did find 2 for 2. Versus Force. Is he going to vacate this position too early? He might be expecting somebody to drop down vent. Right, he's going to be. That's Mopause. Big
Molotov
lurk.
tossed outside. Good idea there by him.
Question is, how successful is Angel going to be? Is he going to be checked from this position? They're actually going to smoke him off.
Oh boy. Just
Random
all it
spam.
takes. There's the mouse one, and there you have it. My goodness. Mopped up by Lowell. And then Angel takes him to the cleaners. 12 to 10. A little bit of a momentum high that Movistar Riders were running on 4 rounds in a row has been stopped. And a 12th one on the board there for the HellRaisers. Again, an elimination match. We're getting ever so closer to that 16 number, which is what it would take. Or overtime, perhaps. You never really know. We've seen a couple of them today. Wouldn't be surprised to see one more. Might as well go out on a high note. A couple lulls here and there, but right now there's not going to be a lull. It's going to be that of Oscar down to 6 HP, barely staying alive. That Molotov almost leaking over. In the meantime, it's a flex down here to lower, and they are all over the bomb site. They swarm it like white on rice on a paper plate in a snowstorm.
Squad the pitcher.
If you didn't understand that one, I'm here for you. Oh my God, Angel. Didn't even have a chance. And his head is removed. He is decapitated for all it's worth. It's going to be a save here from the HellRaisers. We're going to start seeing a much more evenly numbered game here real soon. 12-11 will be the scoreline. Movistar Riders having done it with a quick pace towards lower. The vent drop, very successful, very fruitful.
Absolutely. Seems like Soaker has started to enjoy the, I guess, newfound emotions around a Cree, learning the ways of that. Picked it up a couple of times and being pretty crisp with it so far.
Indeed, a pause will come out.
Things need to be talked through. Obviously, a lot riding on this one map. The conclusion of it, as loser will be out of the tournament, no longer in contention for a spot at Cologne.
Which is the grand prize at the end of the week. Second place will be taking home $5K. But they will not be going to Cologne. So again, the GG.Bet Cologne Invitational is where you are. We are on the final map of the evening, the final best of 3 of Group B, at least for the group stages. Next, we'll be looking at some deciders tomorrow, 2 of them to be exact. And then we will have a rounded off playoff bracket, which will include 2 semifinals and a grand final, all taking place, I believe, on Monday, right, Halvor?
Sounds about right.
It's Saturday now. Yep. Feels right. We'll see what happens.
Now, swift attack from the T side is not going to pan out too well. Angel with a double kill before he gets taken out. It's all down to Soaker with that Cree. He's not going to be able to respond even so quick from Nuke. It's a 13th round. That's exactly what they needed after a timeout. Still a little money to be played with here for the T's. So rebuy is not going to be an issue. Op's going to come out on Mixwell as well. Now remains to be seen if they change up any of their approaches. If they're going to go back to playing a rather slow style, if they're going to let Mixwell try to get a pick. Nonetheless, it's going to be Issa to Don Diop out in yard, not Oscar. Mixwell goes for the inner peaks. If he can get lucky with that, all he's going to take is damage to the face from nades. Whoa, okay. That was a dink that did a total of 6 HP, or 6 damage.
Soaker having the drop there with the boost in the back of the squeaky door, but nothing to show for it. Mixwell holding that of the mini. Now he can't even see through it. Still 5 alive on both sides. Minute left on the clock, just barely. The bomb hasn't made a stride towards either site as of yet. That's surely on the cards soon. They're going to throw a wall of smokes outside, and that's going to be a bit of a misdirection. We do have the Movistar Riders actually finding their way back inside of the hut. Looks like they maybe want to revisit. Looks like ramp actually is where they're going to start to head this way. They're taking a lot of time here. And there's the flash from Nuke. He was a little out of position. I don't know if they got a wind of him. They did, and Opuz is going to take him out. And that does leave 4 of those members to go ahead and head towards the lower site. And here we are. Great standoff of lower, 2019. Any second now, they're going to go for this plant. Oscar out of the door, goes to take a fight.
Not the right one.
Not the right one at all.
The question is, how many can survive on the side of HellRaisers? Not that many by the looks of it. Lowell tucked inside of lobby for now. He's going to make his way onto the roof. And if you're Movistar right now, you're super happy about the outcome. 5 players alive. Very much needed considering the situation. You're going to get a 12th round on the board as well.
That's right. Round 25 going to the Spaniards.
Now, if they're able to string a few of these together, we might see HellRaisers actually starting to struggle a little bit, economy-wise.
Well, we haven't seen anyone use a tactical UAV yet, or a drone strike, so
Still in the cards.
it's still out there. It can still be used at this point, but for the
Don't you
time
need like
being,
a 7-kill streak or something for that?
well,
Or are we talking about the wrong game?
You're talking about the last update. We really haven't kind of went over that yet, but I guess,
Dropped right before the match.
yeah. Check HLTV.org. Confirmed, of course. Big damage done to Lowell. Him and his AUG holding it fast over here. Been a few vent drops on the side of the Spanish.
Well, no immediate response from the Ts to move about just yet. Taking their time, allowing the CTs to use what utility they have to start things off. Just whittle it down step by step. Smoke setups happening. Initial smoke to get behind T-Red is up. Angel, again, been hanging out in this, as we would call it, it's close to like the element spot, an old school 1.6 nuke.
Way in the back.
Yep. Tucked away in the corner. He's not going to have any sort of inclination as to what's going on right.
Unless they make noise. But
Yeah.
even in that case, he's not going to have numbers. He's not going to know any of that. And the numbers right now stand that 5 members of the Spanish squad have made their way down secret. Nookie's are going to be set up in place down lower. Maybe there's a hunch here from the HellRaisers. Maybe there's a chance, should they call an early gamble here, but I feel like it's too far too gone.
Well, doors open. That's going to be at least a little bit of a tell.
Oh, the lineup. Ah.
Could have gotten real hairy for the Spaniards there. To escape with just the fear. With the bomb down, after plant's positions covered off, that's pretty much a save call from HellRaisers right off the bat. They needed more than just the one frag. That is a rough one to take, and they kind of need to hold on to these weapons as well. Look at the money on their side. Oscar 700, Issa at 100, Lowell 550, and Angel is the one who, I guess, splashing the big cash at 1,800.
Yeah, they're going to have to hold on to these weapons. It's all they've got going into the next round. Maybe something can be dropped there, but
I guess Angel would have to be the prime target for that.
yeah,
4.2, so he can drop an AUG, get a couple of nades as well. Or it could be, I guess, a bit of a cheapskate, drop the Colt.
hey,
There you
man.
go. More utility for himself.
Nothing wrong with the Colt at all.
It's definitely true. All right. So full utility. And with the correct decision being made, honestly, from HellRaisers, they will get a pretty good buy in there. Issa, 1,900 cash, opting not to buy Molotov. I'm guessing running out of spawn, not getting everything bought before he ran out of the buy zone. Lowell, it's a fair chunk of damage to take this early on. Did he actually fall down? It's interesting. In any case, though, 3 players on towards the inner bomb side on HellRaisers. Movistar, for the time being, just kind of hanging out, playing it safe. This has pretty much been their go-to default. Well, it's been boosted up. Did pretty well from this position the first time around. He got to go at it, finding 3 kills. Now we'll see. Assuming the Spaniards are going to throw out their smoke wall out into yard, whether or not they follow up on it remains to be seen. You can see the lineups happening. There you go. That's going to catch the attention of Oscar. Put it is seemingly all a ruse. Alex might swing in towards main, actually. But if they're going towards ramp, it might also be under heaven. That's the play.
Until just from that reaction, immediately takes a shot. He falls off. He knows that there's a lot to lose in this round. They had the lead, and now just holding on to the clock as they're kind of fall back, knowing that this hit's got to go on somewhere. All this standing fast is starting to pay off. And they have actually put the Movistar Riders into the blender. Now, will it be a smoothie, or are we making margaritas? What will it be, Halvor? Mixwell by himself with the AWP, and he's going to go ahead and get out. No time to really do anything at all.
He's going to have a pina colada in T-spawn.
Yep, something of the sort.
Well, at least holds on to the weapon. Not that it matters a whole lot for TCI right now. They still have money to buy up for this round. But financial security if they were to drop another one at least.
Low. It's kind of like Raul, but Raul.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I didn't know if you could hear me.
Pretty sure the next door building could hear you.
Hey, man. Trying to keep it entertaining here as we do approach what could be map and series point in this elimination matchup. Mixwell trying to get out in front of all these grenades. Going to take a lot of damage. The double scope into the upper area is going to prove to be very, very beneficial.
Just bails out.
Yep.
Easy as you like it.
Quite the pick to take. Takes a lot of cojones, a lot of huevos. You know, pelotas. There we go. Pelotas.
Sí. Definitely so. Alex is going to follow that up as well. So great start to the round. 5v3. Nikki has been posted up downstairs. Someone from HellRaisers just need to find something.
Anything will do at this point.
Oscar might be the one. Fine. He really has the timing.
Oh, but look at this. He's going to push with it. He knows that that has kind of pulled them away, and he has a lot of information right here. He's pushed all the way through. He's got a lot of the drop that he needs to have. Should they hear him? Oh, the lineup. And he lugs two more outside of the kill that he already grabbed. That is a big one to take. Good shooting from Oscar, nonetheless.
Oh, the timing.
Yeah, they're still going to find their way towards lower. Nuke's got something for him. Bomb being planted, though. The smoke's going to shield him off a little bit of cover, just enough, perhaps. With that bomb plant, the Spanish are ever so much closer to tying this game back up at 14-all. So I'm dropping the incendiary towards the door on the right. Well, it burned Oscar a little bit. Nothing really too much to be held onto. Nuke's going to go ahead and try to get things going. If it's not going your way, you might as well brute force it.
I mean, they don't have too much time. There's only one guy with a hit. He just died.
Uh-oh.
That is the round.
It really is, isn't it? Oh, dear.
And that is one player having a kit when they all have plenty of cash. Everyone on the side of HellRaisers had, what, 4K plus post-buy? And two of them in that 3v2 situation and do not have it. That's just inexcusable.
You heard it there from Vendetta. He's not a happy camper, and neither are the HellRaisers, the outcome of that round. A pause coming in, perhaps to reflect on
past mistakes.
Yes.
Because that is really what it is. Have it in the past, can't be changed now. As much as they would like to have a redo. But at the very least, they will get to buy up again and get a pretty solid buy at that. Nick here really being the one who suffers the most. Considering the fact that Oscar has 5.2K, I feel like he could have dropped the weapon over so Nicky could have had full utility.
The purchases are there now.
We'll see, though, how this pans out. 14-14. Couldn't get any closer than this. And we're going to go all the way, all 30 rounds at the very least.
Minimum. Guaranteed today. It is a common thing we have with most of the maps tonight. We are now at 1:22 a.m.
Look at the pace here coming out from Movistar.
That's right. It's up. We try to support his teammate Nuke there on the ramp, but it's just simply not enough. Can't get involved in the fight. Meanwhile, it's HellRaisers that lose the player first. And again, conceding this lower bomb site. I feel like Movistar Riders have just found exactly where they exploited the HellRaisers.
Seemingly so. On a good way to hit that match point. 15 rounds. And well, judging from the economy on HellRaisers either, they can't go for this. They really, really can't. They need to keep all three alive. Then they're going to need to ask for a bit of a loan from Oscar and Issa to be able to fully buy out here. And I mean, if I'm Movistar, I'm hunting. Got 2 players with enough cash to repurchase. So that shouldn't be an issue at all, Mixwell and Mopas. And you know that any sort of kill here is going to be so much worse for HellRaisers to deal with.
Yes, it is. They're not going to hunt. This game's a little too close for comfort, I feel.
Yep.
Understandably so, even though it is the last round. Potentially, I mean, who's to say that Movistar doesn't try to go lower again and actually get stopped this time? Who knows? Stay tuned. This could be the conclusion of the series. You don't want to miss this. We're not going anywhere, though. Don't you worry. We'll be here doing VOD review after the matches end. It's funny how bored you're not sticking around with me tonight.
I mean, maybe not for the demo review, but I'll be there bright and early, 7 a.m. in the morning for round 2.
Nice. Well, here we have it. What could be the conclusion? Oscar's going to take an aggressive stance towards ramp, and it will not be Mixwell this round. However, the trade does come in, so that's a good sign. Movistar Riders keeping it at a 4v4.
Soaker feeling it with the AWP, apparently. Shy away from the Krieg. Nade just definitely not going where Issa was planning it. Things kind of simmered down after a bit of a hot start. This is pretty by the book for the T side here. Been pretty adamant about just hanging out in the lobby for the first minute or so before pulling out more and more nades. That's a decoy going through heaven.
Interesting.
And then we see a wall of smokes being put down out in the yard. Angel, bit of a different change up in position this time. It's going to be much more effective to actually get information on what is going on the side of the T's.
Oh boy, here it is. Potentially the beginning of the House of Cards. Falling quite the shot there by Mopas on the Lau. It's going to be Angel. Has to do something. Instead, it's Nuke. He's done quite a bit already. Now down to just Angel. 1 versus 1. Can he pull it across? Oh my God! Wow! And the Molotov, just a hair short. Unbelievable scenes. We do head to overtime yet again. And that Molotov, my goodness, you couldn't script this. A day late and $1 short. Here are your GG.Bet odds. 1.85 the side of HellRaisers, 1.88 the Movistar Riders.
It's back where we started. All evened out. Balance in all things, Trace. Balance in all things.
Mm-hmm. It's very true. Couldn't make that up. It's very true.
Well, let's see if we can make up an inner push. It's going to be Mixwell to drop into vent. That was swift. See what he does with it. I've seen a lot of different takes on this. Some kind of just hang out and lower. Others go up towards secret. Some hold off any sort of rotation coming in from ramp. Let's see if the Spanish want to use him as a bit of a catalyst. Angel has not moved an inch. Oscar definitely has, though. He's inside of Hut.
The wall smoke is going to come out. This time, it's going to be Movistar Riders that are actually there with it. Counter smoke by Angel just to throw him for a loop. Got somewhat of a one-way, but it's not one that he could really bank on.
He's very brave, considering the fact that he should be aware that Mixwell could have made it down. Or at least someone from the T side.
Yeah, very much so.
Oh, Mixwell just didn't clear it fully.
Oh, wow. Well, that's awkward. You said it was clear.
Oh, and he finds Oscar on the aggressive push around from Silo. Has to be a sound cue that he heard. Well, not him, then one of his teammates.
Yeah, the communication was pretty key right there. And as you can tell, it does pay off in a big way. 3 alive for HellRaisers. Nuke, Issa, and Lowell. Make it just Issa and Nuke. Did he do it all? We're going to find out right here. OT round 1. of OT1. Bomb planted. Wouldn't be surprised to see a save. It's start money here for overtime is 10K, not 16. What will they do? Hope Movistar Riders not giving them any ground to run on or any lead into the site. Therein, it's going to be a save from the HellRaisers, 16-15. Molotov. Eat him up a little bit. Chewing him up just a little bit. Taking some weapons out. Keeping the op in play there for the HellRaisers.
Well, there we go. It's the start they want on their T side. Confidently getting the first round of OT underway. We'll see if HellRaisers can basically up the gear on their CT sides a little bit. Withstand this, and that's a great start. Angel putting himself into more of an active position here towards main, and that's going to end him a kill onto Mixwell. Issa follows up already. Well, this is flying by. About 25 seconds into the round, and all that's left is deaths. He's going to spot one at least from Vents. It's Oscar going down. See if he can work further on this. Needs to get the bomb in any case at some point, unless he plans to take on all 5 on his own. And this countryman, it's going to be his victory as well. 16-16, that was a quick one.
Yes, it was.
Trying to get that same vent drop as previously. Not going to pan out once Angel has switched up his position. And on to the very last round of the first OT half we go. Then Mixwell deaths, turning things on the head for Movistar Riders here, putting them up 5-3. Man advantage. Ooh, that one-way smoke not necessarily working out for Mixwell as he's crouched. Would have been a prime opportunity to find Angel standing middle of Garage, but good things come to those who wait once more, and he's eventually going to be rewarded for his patience. These rounds just haven't really been a lot of back and forth. It's just been one team mowing the other one down. And you do find it fairly unlikely to see a world where HellRaisers bring this back.
Never say never, Halvor.
Yep, never back down. All that good jazz.
Yeah, man.
Gotta get a jumping, I don't know, flying punch, whatever you want to call it, in here for HellRaisers if they want to get into it. Lower bomb sites being cleared. Bomb plant will go down promptly. See no reason for HellRaisers to attempt to save here. I think they spot a leg. Lowell. All right. Definitely didn't spot that, so that's going to be the round. Alex eventually closes it out. Into the second half we go. And looking at the scoreboard, Mixwell once again.
Running a show here. This guy's been on fire for a couple maps now.
Really, really has. And Oscar showcasing his worth, 26 frags. To be fair, quite a bit of the, well, quite evenly spread out on the side of HellRaisers. Everyone above 20 outside of Angel. A little bit more of a wide spread for the Spanish players. Here we go, though. Again, 10K all around the board, so everyone's going to get fully bought up.
Yes, sir. OT round number 4 of the first OT. See the spams come out. Pretty textbook stuff here. As it stands, the HellRaisers Just trying to get some territory to run off of as it is early in the round. AWP on Mixwell. And opposing that would be Oscar. So, outside wall of smokes yet again. Pretty standard stuff right there, considering all teams across the map of Nuke. They all throw this, and it all makes sense. It's there for a reason. I entice all of you to learn it if you don't know it.
No. Bit of a difference, a bit more sound being made on the side of HellRaisers right now compared to what we saw from them. So Alex will have at least some sort of confirmation that there is activity. Well, that's why Mixwell has been sent down towards the lower end of the bomb site.
Flashbang's going to ring Mixwell's ears, and so is Oscar. Clean his clock. The lower bomb site should be falling here shortly, and just getting picked up one by one will be that of Movistar Riders. Alex and Deaths. Well, 2v5. A lot to be hoped for, a lot to be wished for. But
not a lot to be gained as of right now.
Nope, and no time to do it in.
There we have it. So, HellRaisers get off to a good start, echoing what we saw from Movistar. Now, question is, can they have a flawless T side? Let's close it out in the first OT. Will they falter at the finish line and go out of the tournament, or are we going to see double OT? Now, smoke's being set up into yard. Not the usual smoke wall. Instead, it's going to be to cover off Garage, and this might lead to a quick intersplit. Actually, they're going to go under Heaven. Issa leading the charge, but it's going to be Mixwell to find the first frag. That's Angel going down, the in-game leader of HellRaisers. They have no idea, though, that Issa has made its way on top of Heaven. Seen a similar situation like this before. Smoke's going to pop just before he turns the corner. Now they know as well. Position has been given up. It does feel like there's a bit of a chokehold here from the Spanish onto HellRaisers. Kind of controlling the pace. Smoke goes into main. Logs off into sort of vision, and Issa finally goes for the duel versus Soaker. Soaker's going to win that out, and Alex is in a pretty good spot here to potentially catch HellRaisers players off. There we go, spots one.
Yeah, that information getting exchanged right there is a good start, and he's able to take him down. Meanwhile, it's Oscar holding on tight and then letting go, because it's the Movistar Riders. Just about ready to get it done here against the HellRaisers. Quite the battle back and forth overall, if you think about this series.
Really has been. Overtime on the first one, double at that.
It's the second one.
Well, 16-12, but pretty tightly contested game as well. Definitely could have swung both ways for a time there.
And now we find ourselves on the cusp of a second overtime here on the third map.
Who knows? Maybe HellRaisers can bring it back to double OT.
Who knows? We will find out. This is the round.
Well, different setup being posted. Oh, Alex gives up his positioning a little bit too soon.
He's able to get the hell out of dodge, and that's going to be the difference maker.
It really is. Again, same setup as last time from HellRaisers. They might want to get Issa towards under Heaven once more. Flashes could be very effective. They will be.
Man. Alex really sort of extending himself too far out there. Mixwell's going to try to help out the war effort just a little bit.
He does so pretty nicely. Finds Issa, tags Lowell. Can he get more? Angel's going to find Soaker. Oh, that's a bad miss. Accidentally gets Lowell, though. So happy about that. And Death's a little bit eager to get into the action, though. That's bomb dropped. That is big. Nuke has been tagged up pretty significantly, but Oscar is going to pop out of main. And of course, we're going to double OT.
You're damn straight we are. A double OT. But just know this, ladies and gentlemen. Just know that the winner here stays alive in the tournament, whether we're alive or not.
Yeah, the show goes on. That is all too true. Now a bit of a pause. Teams need to simmer their heads, maybe have a bit of a bathroom break. Who knows what goes on?
Very much true. 10K start money, and we'll do it all over again. OT number 2 now. The HellRaisers versus the Ghost Riders. I mean, Movistar Riders. Sorry. Tournament life and potential Cologne berth on the line here. They still have a long way to go for that, but can't lose this. Otherwise, it's over. Let us know what you think, Twitch chat. How are you feeling this fine Saturday morning, potentially where you are? It is currently just on the edge of 2 a.m. here, hour number 11. Everyone holding on for dear life. But, yes, this is a rather extended pause. Would like some ideas to what's going on, but I'm sure you nailed it right as you did there, Halvor.
There you have it. Now, not really sure what the pause is for.
No one knows.
Crossing my fingers that it's not going to be a technical issue.
I mean, why not?
While we're here.
And since we're on the topic of technical issues,
yes. Eagerly awaiting the follow-up to that one.
yeah, I guess I didn't really have one planned, but
Kind of put you on the spot there.
yeah, I hear people having a field day in the other room. I just kind of wonder what's so funny over there. Meanwhile, some typing going on. We have no insight as to what's being said. What I do have here open in front of me is our all, which I would love to talk to you all about.
Ooh, we're going down that path.
I mean, are we, though? That's the real question.
I feel like we've earned it.
Here you go. Semi-controversial, but not really. Something that we should all be paying attention to regardless.
Hit it.
Alaska is melting, and it is likely to accelerate global heating. The state has just had its warmest spring on record, causing permafrost to thaw and dramatically reshape some areas. So that means you out there watching in your room who has 5 2-liters stacked up, all empty bottles, of course. Think about what you're going to do with those. But more importantly, do you really need to use a plastic straw? Potentially not.
Yeah, do you need to use a straw at all?
Do you need to use plastics? That's the real question. And right now, it might seem silly. Right now, it might not make sense for you to care about these things. But guess what? Future generations of yourself will likely have to live on this earth. And the way that you live it will be how they have to live it. Boom.
Wise words.
I'll be here all night. Thanks for calling in to the radio show here, Halvor and Trace in the morning. Taking some request lines. Maybe we can just open up a full-on call system here.
I kind of wish we had the buttons, you know, that they have for the radio stations.
Who could we call and just put on speaker?
Probably no one. I'm thinking like anyone. Like imagine you call Anders, just that's going to be outrageous.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, call Henry. Well, that's a big no. Maybe Lil Momo.
Definitely not calling Lil Momo.
No, but I'm thinking like time zone wise, Momo would be the go-to.
Here's the go-to. Round number 1 on OT2 of map 3. Overall, a stand by both of these teams. Neither one of them want to watch it go this way.
Yep. But here we are. Here we find ourselves.
Yes, we do find ourselves. Monka Est out of control. I don't even know if I can Monka Est any harder than I am right now in this moment. HellRaisers with quick pace will be taking that secret area. working the back halls, splitting it up. Bomb will be going out the little door.
Pretty free access so far, but we do have a fair few of those Spaniards trying to deny access to the bomb site. That's just going to get chased away, though, but trade's happening back and forth. More so in the favor of HellRaisers, though, for the time being. Molotov's going to go down. Bomb is going to go all the way down as well. And well, with that kill from Oscar onto Soaker, that's going to prompt the save from the CT side. They don't want to play too much around with that pickle economy, but Nuke's not really giving them an option to save here. Could be potentially disastrous as we move further. Mixwell, fully bought up. All the utility, all the fixins. Pretty much the only thing he's missing out on is head Kevlar.
All the fixins right there.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
Let's see, though, what he's going to be able to do with this op for the next round, as nobody from HellRaisers will be near to threaten his life. Good thing that it's a pretty expensive affair for him to go that route.
God damn it, Twitch chat, I love you. You guys have been able to put a smile on my face through
Not just today.
through pretty much adulthood after, if
Yeah.
I think about it. Since about, what, 2014, 13, something like that?
It's been a while. It's a close relationship.
It's been a few years, and the HellRaisers...
What are you proposing? Do you think Twitch chat's going to say yes? Twitch chat, actually...
Don't know that I want to marry Twitch chat now.
So
Let's slow down.
One in chat if you would say yes if Trace were to propose to you. Should we get that confirmed before the night ends?
How about...
How about yes? Let's find out.
You know the sloth meme where he's like, how about... No. It's slow turn. 1918. It's all jokes and games, unless you are the loser of this match, and you're out.
Would be brutal. Well, imagine losing this series of all of them, considering how tight they've been.
Oh.
Mixwell, all right. Doesn't need a scope anymore. It's become one with the op over the course of this game. Laser sights, full shebang. Mopo's tucked around the corner. Oh, he's going to get mollied out. Smoke still seems pretty suspicious.
Yeah, it's pretty suspect.
There we go. Down the vent we go, but not too far.
1919.
Yeah. Are we thinking it's going to take 3 rounds of flawless half from one of these teams to win it out?
Don't even know that that would be enough. Mixwell's playing his ass off right now.
He really is.
He's pulled his payloaders out and put them on the table for all of us to see. They are on display. 36 frags going into OT2 and another pause.
Quite a sight to behold.
Now we wait.
Well, now. Hopefully not a severe issue. I'm assuming this is going to be just a tactical thing to talk things through. Obviously, the importance of these rounds cannot be understated. Look at that, getting quite a few ones in the chat. That's got to make you feel good, doesn't it, Trace?
Listen.
I haven't seen a single 2 yet.
Oh, well, now you asked for it.
No, but it's like that's going to be delayed after the poll's been closed. So,
Listen,
100% yes acceptance rate for a proposal, Trace. I don't know. Ball's kind of in your court at this point.
that's where I like to keep them, actually.
Yeah, no, fair.
So, anyway. Thanks, everyone. I'm very flattered.
There we have it.
And Mixwell's flattered as well, taking out Asa with the AWP through the squeaky door. Meanwhile, his teammates here doubling it up. They're going to get the bomb inside a hut.
Smoking it off for extra security. So even though HellRaisers could feel good about the fact that they took sight, they're stuck with 2 players on 1 HP.
1 HP. It's literally 1 HP apiece.
A stray decoy could kill them at this point.
A sneeze and fall from the rafters would kill this person.
1v4, 1 HP. This is how you make a name for yourself. Wow. Oof. All right.
Okie dokie. Wow,
Like
1
on the
HP, 97 with that armor. And, well, does have the bomb in hand, and he's surely about to get smoked. They are so afraid to peek him at this point.
Soaker pops in.
Now I keep looking at everybody as if they have 1 HP. No, don't drop it. You know?
Real paranoid towards the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can assure you, Spaniards were fully prepared for that. 4 players staying alive in a second round on the CT side to their name as well. This could be it. This could be it, Trace. Might need to see Mixwell break 40 for it to happen, but we've been there before.
It's true. Maybe we'll get another pause in there. Probably fit one in.
Seems to be par for the course. Well, actually, we're going to get it right underway. Immediately into it. So is he going to go for the drop once more? He's going to wait for the peak. Oh, actually goes away from it. Too much heat.
Look at all the countering there, too. They know he's been going for that pick amongst a few others, but that's the round that they sort of determine, like, hey, okay, there's a good chance he's going to do it, so we're going to nade the shit out of it and hope for the best.
Accurate. Very, very accurate. And I mean, they nearly succeed. Maxwell's down to 18 HP, so not a whole lot of wiggle room, but luckily with the op, you only need 1 hit.
Listen, Twitch chat, if you want to
get weird. What?
Well, I was going to say something along the lines of if you want to be my lover.
All right, as long as it doesn't get weird, right?
I'm kidding. You're all my bae, even the weird ones.
Especially those ones.
Especially the weird ones. All the easy ones twice. So here we are. Oscar with the Molotov out. He does know that they have crossover in a secret, and that is going to be a good starting point. 30 seconds left on the clock. It's going to make some decision-making time. Very real here for the start of the Movistar Riders. Side of the Movistar Riders. There we go. Angel holding outside. Has the AUG. Will get swung on.
Definitely didn't see that coming.
Crosshair very focused, and he gets super soaked. Meanwhile, it's Oscar and Asa able to put some fire down range and return some of that pain that has been inflicted on the HellRaisers here by the Movistar Riders.
Oh, Asa.
Good shots again. 2020. Why have they done that?
I was so ready for the guy in heaven to take the initial peek, see that Issa had eyes on him, and then have Mopos run through. Mopos didn't even seem to shoot as he came around the corner against an op. Well, a lot of back and forth. Then eventually it's HellRaisers to net the first round of the half, or of the second half. Starting to lose track over here.
It's all one big half, man.
Yeah.
Everything is one big half.
Whatever it might be. Something's going to come out of this blur, and it's either going to be HellRaisers or Movistar to claim victory. We'll see, though.
Quick shooting there from Nuke.
Yeah. Money's running pretty low on the side of the T's, actually. You can see Mopos and Mixel sitting at 50. Could have implications for the potential last round as well, depending on how this pans out. For now, though, HellRaisers with an advantage. Death's going down on ramp. What is the call to action? Well, this is going to be the one to be challenged out in yard. He's going to win out the first duel. That's Mixel gone. A hard carry. Mopos finds one response at the very least. That's on the inner bomb side. Oscar goes down. Soaker's made a fair bit of sound here as he makes his way towards heaven, but it doesn't seem to matter. Everyone's vacated the bomb site.
That they have.
Issa down alone. He's going to have such a rough time. Well, actually, he had Lowell with him. Mind me. Is he going to do it again? Alex, one man standing. He's quick enough to return. Doesn't expect. Yep.
You know what that means.
On the edge.
On the edge we sit.
For a third overtime. Right? That's.
I think that's what's on the cards. I hope nobody else had any plans.
Not going anywhere. Night's still young.
It really is, in theory, for someone, just like it's 5 o'clock somewhere else.
Yeah. So keep that in mind as we move in to what will be at least the last round of second OT. Whether or not we're going into third remains to be seen. The bye on the side of the tees is not going to be the ideal one, but Mixwell has been able to scrape together an off. That's been donated by Soker, putting a lot of faith into their star player, and it's not going to pan out. Nuke not being sold by the jump.
Looking like it could be the battle of stamina, the battle of endurance here between these two teams. Movistar Riders have to win this round to stay in it. This is the end of OT2. And just one round for the HellRaisers will end this entire game, will end this entire series. We're going to have to wait it out to see who does grab it. Oscar wants to take the fight. He goes for the repeat, takes down Soker as well as Mopez. Alex and Deaths need to do something in a 2v5. I've seen weirder things happen. So don't write them off. Baiting out a shot, somehow getting that kill. I didn't even know you could shoot through that like that. But hey, it is what it is at this point.
2v4. They have 4 flashes with them, no smokes. Which could pose a bit of an issue. Nuke,
All it takes is one kill right here.
1 bullet to the dome. Baits out the shot.
That's not the bullet. That one was. Can he grab the second one? Yes, he can. Victory has been found. It is the HellRaisers that stay alive here at the GG.Bet Cologne Invitational. We have actually seen it all today, Halvor. We have seen just about all the Counter-Strike that you could have asked for, and we gave it to you for free.
There you go. Quadruple overtime, double overtime, triple overtime, single overtime, you name it, we had it.
Working overtime as well. But no, in all seriousness, that is the end of the run there for Movistar Riders. The HellRaisers will, in fact, go on, and they stay alive. They'll play a decider tomorrow. So ultimately, what can we take away from this day as a whole? I know it was a lot of Counter-Strike. I know it's a lot to kind of digest, but what's your takeaway?
Big surprise, obviously, with Force being the replacement team for Wendigo, ending up winning the group. Definitely kudos to them for doing that and looking strong. By far the best-looking team, I guess, over the course of the day. From what we saw, just stable and thorough throughout the entirety of their tournament life. Ups and downs from the 3 others, G2 showing some good sides, some bad sides. Same thing can be said for HellRaisers and Movistar as well. But I think you got to feel a bit disheartened for the Spaniards, right?
Yeah, I mean, they came out here and played lights out, right? They came out here. Mixwell had an excellent performance overall, so that's going to be very noteworthy when you go back to kind of talk about all of this. Tomorrow, though, will be the actual talking point to just kind of close this all out, kind of bring it all into one house here. Spirit taking on Liquid. That'll be a best of 3, both teams fighting for life. And then now we're going to have G2 and the HellRaisers also in that second best of 3. Regardless, that does it for us here. And I'm pretty sure we get to say Das Vidania. Good night. Buenos noches if you're joining us from Spanish lands. And we'll be seeing you tomorrow.